Cool. Hey everybody, thanks for logging in. My name is Brian Heon. I'm with Urban Rider Wakeboard Winches. Let's see here. Question. Jesse. Urban Rider, it's a wakeboard winch. It's a 9 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor with an awesome torque converter on it, all packaged up in a nice little safe operating winch format. It's what's the next question? Is there one you can show us? I have one out in my driveway, but if you go to ridenowpro.com, you'll see some videos on there, some really nice, some awesome riding, and so it's ridenowpro.com. Go on there and give it a look. Is it girl friendly? Hell yeah, it's girl friendly. Wife loves to ride it. I mean the winch. Who rides these? We got a lot of pros on them. Everybody from our pro rider Daniel Watkins all the way down to the guy who's looking to learn how to wakeboard. It really is it's a user-friendly way to go wakeboarding. Any pros? Yep. Daniel Watkins. He is our he's got kind of our signature winch. How much it cost? $3,395. That includes everything you'll need. It's the winch, 1,000 feet of straight line winch rope, the Daniel Watkins handle, also includes a trailer hitch mount and tires. Warranties, guarantees. I guarantee it'll work. And the motor itself has a 2-year warranty, serviceable at any Briggs & Stratton dealer. I'm sure if you went to Google and said Google Briggs & Stratton, you'd find that you got one right down the road. Everything else is direct through Urban Rider, and that has a 1-year warranty on it. We are nationwide. We have a network of dealers throughout the United States, as well as Australia. We do international shipments to Mexico and Canada. Once again, ridenowpro.com has all of our dealers on there. If you guys tell me where you're from, I would tell you the closest dealer. How does it compare to other winches? I would say the biggest, there's a bunch of different things about the Urban Rider winch that you're going to need to know. A, the horsepower, 9 horsepower. I think that's the biggest engine you're going to see out there for any winch. 2 is our torque converter. It's a TAV2 torque converter manufactured specifically for Urban Rider. The spring setup and the configuration of the torque converter is proprietary to Urban Rider. So you're going to find the best hole shot and the highest end top end speed. Ashton, you're in Utah, Marine Products in Salt Lake. Larry, the maximum speed, depending on the weight of the rider, you know, the little 60 to 80 pound kid, probably fast enough, faster than he would ever like to wakeboard, probably about 28 miles an hour. I would say an average guy, I'm like 170, I'd probably hit about 25 miles an hour on it. See these at Surf Expo? Yes, you will. Surf Expo, the indoor winch pool will be pulled exclusively by Urban Rider winches. We've teamed up with Step Up Productions and Surf Expo, and we will be the official indoor winch. We'll be pulling all of the events for Surf Expo. Joe, the line is 1,000 feet long. Sarah, it does have a speed control. That's another thing that you're going to find with Urban Rider is the safety. It's called our pistol grip. So basically, you can stand about 2 to 3 feet away from the winch, operate the winch with a handheld, what we call pistol grip. It has a brake on it and a throttle control. So you don't even need to be touching the winch anywhere near it. It's kind of a safety thing. But yes, you can control the speed. You know, as the rider's coming in slower or faster, it's all in the palm of your hand. Versatility of this. Gosh, this is, I think we're just on the edge of what we're going to be using wakeboard winches for. We've seen them pop up this winter. You're going to see them at a bunch of ski resorts pulling some rail jams. We've experimented with some bigger motors, pulling barefoot competitions, really kind of pushing the limit and really working with the engineers to find out the best possible scenarios for different styles of winching. Brandy, you can certainly winch across the lawn if you'd like. Ponds with this? Sure can. I mean, basically, anything that's 1,000 feet long, you could definitely winch. I see where you're going with that, Brandy. If you do go to urbanrider.com, I'm sorry, urbanrider.com.au, or here in the U.S., ridenowpro.com is our website. There's a great amount of useful information on there. Everywhere to buy the winch, information about the winch, how the winch started. Our pro athlete, Daniel Watkins, has got some cool video on there. The most unique aspect of this winch, gosh, I think there's a lot of them. I would say the consistent pull that an athlete or a rider is gonna get from an Urban Rider winch is definitely top notch. That, I think, is why you're seeing a lot of the pros and pro events all over the U.S. and Australia using the Urban Rider winch. Is it possible to load onto the car? Yes. It is possible to load the winch onto a car. It comes with a trailer hitch adapter. The frame of the winch is very strong aluminum. The winch itself only weighs about just under 150 pounds. And if you go to our website, you can kind of see how there is a trailer hitch adapter on it, which allows you easy to take wherever you go. Like, I put on the hitch of the truck, leave it on there, drive around town. It suspends off the ground, so you don't have to worry about clearance or anything like that. And your truck or car is an awesome anchor to use when winching. Kathy, I don't know if we've ever tested it over ice. Yes, it certainly could be used in a snowboarding application. I think you're going to see it popping up at a few areas here in Utah maybe this winter, pulling some rail jams or some hit events, kind of wherever you can get snow, in any flat parking lot. Obviously, to start pulling riders at 25 plus miles an hour at hits and rails on snow is definitely going to start popping up. Right now, our biggest sponsor is Daniel Watkins. He is our pro athlete. We also are sponsoring Step Up Productions, which has a rail jam that travels the country, and they're one of the larger ones, and they're the ones who are going to be helping us out at Surf Expo. Saw the boat at Brostock, didn't see when. Yeah, there was not much winching at Brostock. We did have a winch there, so I hope you saw it there. How's it been received so far in the wake community? I think we're on the cutting edge of it. I think a lot of riders out there just seeing a lot of the cool things that you can do with a winch. The price comparison of having a winch versus having a boat. The versatility of a winch, where you can take it, what you can hit, what you can ride. I think the more, if you see a lot of these videos or pictures in the magazines, a lot of these pictures and videos have been taken with winches, just the versatility and where you can get a winch as opposed to a boat or something like that. How do we get sponsored? Send me an email. Stop, crazy. We we did have a bunch of crazy Aussie guys there. That's kind of where Urban Rider came from, is Australia. The machine's durability, super durable. The whole winch itself has a nice case over it. It's kind of like an RC car. The stuff is bomb-proof. You can hit it with a hammer, it won't shatter. In fact, at Brostock, we had this 180-pound guy jump off the houseboat, land on the winch, and it didn't even scratch the winch, maybe just a little bit. Won't shatter, won't break. Definitely bomb-proof cover on it. How about a discount? Tough economic times. Talk to your local dealers. We have been running some promos. Some of the dealers across the country have a winch there that you can try before you buy type program. And when you do that, they may offer you some sort of incentive to buy. Also, right now, your local dealers will be doing a free shipping program. So if you live anywhere not close to the dealership and you wanted to buy one, you can buy it through them online, and you'll get free shipping. Over 300 pounds, buff, of course, built like a muscle built man yourself. Let's see. Yeah, it'll pull you. It'll definitely work a little harder. I'm not sure about 300 pounds deep water start with 1,000 feet of rope out there. A lot of the winching has to do with the configuration of where the winch is and how secure it is. You can definitely take the winch off the trailer hitch of a car, put it on the ground, and stake it to the ground. That's another option as well. Can we see one at home? How many? Speed control. Once you start to get used to the winch, the speed control is very easy. There's two different throttles. One on the winch if you're more comfortable with that style throttle, or there is just a palm grip one. It's kind of like taking the front handlebar off the 125cc bike and putting that right in the palm of your hand. It's got a thumb throttle control, very sensitive, so it's great for just dropping it a mile an hour or two. And then it's got a safety brake right there in the palm of your hand. Can we order shirts? Yes, we're in the process right now of just getting our shirts put together. We're getting a big promo going. Surf Expo's around the corner, so we got a lot of stuff just coming out. Thanks, these are pretty sweet looking shirts. Who came up with the concept? About 5 or 6 years ago, Craig Mitchell actually started Urban Rider in Australia. Him and Daniel Watkins have been good friends for a while. Obviously avid wakeboarders, and both just kind of really wanted a way to start hitting little ponds and things, and maybe they made their own backyard little wake park. So that's where it started. We really just started by many years ago taking a go-kart apart and just trial and error. But I think what you're going to find really is that all the trial and error has been in the past now, and Urban Rider is just a bomb-proof, ready to go, always dependable, safe operating strong winch. It is built in Australia. Yes, it is. Some of the components are added afterwards because they are made here, like Briggs & Stratton motors. They're made here in the U.S. All shipping is out of Park City, Utah. Is there good riding there? Yeah, the riding around here is all right. You really got to look at where you're going. There's, obviously some of the bigger reservoirs around here have some really cool places to ride. The best riding I think you guys are going to find out there is little ponds and places in people's backyards. It is 100% wakeboard inspired, definitely. There's no doubt about it. The cool thing about Urban Rider is right now, Urban Rider, that's the only thing we do. 100% of our efforts go into building winches, fine-tuning winches, and that's what they have been for 6 years. So I think if you got behind an Urban Rider winch, you're really going to see a company behind you. You're going to feel a strong pull. That's the only way we're going to survive, is making a quality winch and having pros just talk about it. We certainly do continue to take feedback. Amber Wing does ride an Urban Rider winch. Park City stuck-up actors. No, only like 10 days out of the year when Sundance is in town, then we send all the actors out of here. Yeah, Urban Rider has definitely been around for a while. We have a tour, winch tour actually in Australia. It's called the King of Winch Tour. It's a 4-stop tour. I think this will be our 4th summer doing it. Craig Mitchell, who started Urban Rider, he actually is the one who runs the tour, and the tour is actually going on right now. He has, I think, 2 stops in Sydney, 1 in Melbourne, and 1 on the Gold Coast. So there's a bunch of great video out there of the King of Winch Tour. You know, and as Urban Rider gets more success and you start to see it more here in the U.S., I guarantee you'll see the King of Winch Tour. Other sports approached us on this. I think people are just starting to see the versatility of a winch. You know, here being in Park City, having the snow sports, major ski resorts, and everybody right around the corner, I think you're going to start to see a lot of crossover with winching and terrain parks and sliders and rails where, I mean, just in people's backyards or something like that, I think it'd be a great one. Who's Craig Mitchell? Craig Mitchell is the founder of Urban Rider. Yes, we do need more reps. You can go to our website and send me an email through there with a resume. We're always looking for some good reps. Craziest thing I've seen with one of our winches. We just had one of our reps in the Midwest this past weekend, or 2 weekends ago. They had a wakeboarding winch event in conjunction with a volleyball event, mud volleyball event. And it was raining so hard they actually used a winch to drag guys through the mud underneath all of the volleyball courts. Yes, we have been highlighted in a lot of magazines. If you look at the August cover of Wakeboarding magazine, you're going to see Daniel Watkins. There's a great little story about that shot. He's actually being pulled with an Urban Rider winch, and he's ollied up on top of our Urban Rider van. That van is actually Craig's van. Funny story about that was that van on one side of it got all smashed up, and the insurance company was about to come and take it because it had been totaled out. And so the day before, Craig, who was in Orlando with Daniel, decided to go kind of maybe session the roof of the van one time before the insurance company came. And Joey Meddock from Wakeboarding Magazine and his photography was there, and they actually shot that. And you'll notice there's a little bit of Urban Rider stickers all over the van, and that's Daniel being pulled with our winch. We ever highlight Amber Wing on the winch? Sure, we'd love to highlight Amber. You know, we've just been here in the U.S. for a little bit, and we have a lot of awesome athletes, Amber Wing being one of them, who know Craig and who know Daniel and all ride together in Australia. So I think you will see us maybe working a little bit more with Amber. She's an amazing athlete and one we'd definitely be honored to have on the Urban Rider team. Daniel Watkins, yeah, he's a cool cat. He is a great dude. He's been instrumental in really helping bring Urban Rider here to the U.S. Amazing athlete, great guy to hang out with, talk with. I've been fortunate enough to be involved with him over the past 4 or 5 months, and he's definitely a value added to the Urban Rider team. I was not there when they shot that van, the photography on the van. Craig called me up right afterwards, and he said he was so excited. Him and Daniel were just so stoked. That shot was taken on the first one. They sessioned it like 20 or 30 times, but that was the first picture they took of that. And yeah, that was an awesome shot. But I was there the week before, but not that week. Our distribution channels are set up. We sell direct to pro shops all over the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, and Australia as well. We have reps all over the U.S., and like we said earlier, we are maybe looking for a few more out there. So if you guys are in a particular area and you need to know where your local dealer is, please feel free to drop us an email off of our website, which is ridenowpro, RIDEPRONOW.com. Roadblocks you run into, there's always roadblocks when you start up a new business or start up a new entity within an industry. I think the wakeboarding industry in whole has been an awesome industry to be a part of. It's been great fun. It's been such supportive people, and there are just some amazing people in the industry. And I think they've all been very open-minded to winching. We have a bunch of great pro shop owners out there who have really embraced Urban Rider and supported us. Here in Utah, we have Marine Products. Orlando, we have Performance Ski and Surf, and big players like that have really been instrumental and just been an added value to the Urban Rider line. Jeff Witherall, he does ride for us. He's a great guy. He was down at Brostock with us, and we actually did a photo shoot with Jeff while we were down there. How did I get involved with Urban Rider? Just kind of being in the industry. My partner and I have done some other distribution chains in snow skiing, and we've been involved in the water ski and water sports industry for a while. So we've just kind of met up with Craig, and we got talking, and just kind of being in the industry, meeting the right people at the right time, and just realizing the potential of Craig as the owner and founder of Urban Rider and his potential, and what kind of potential that Urban Rider could have in the U.S. I did answer that. There is a guarantee on the product, 2 years on the motor, 1 year on everything else. Marine Products, are they a nationwide store? Oh, see Ben Greenwood with their shirts. Yeah, Marine Products is based out of Salt Lake. They're a Moomba super dealer here. They've been in the Salt Lake area for many years. It's a great shop. It's one of the best pro shops, I think, that I've ever been to. They are associated with Ben Greenwood through the Super Connection, and they do have its Marine Products marine-products.com, and they do have a very strong online presence as well. Plans to put a bigger engine in it? I don't know. We've tossed the idea around, but really, like, I'm 175 pounds soaking wet, and 9 horsepower motor is plenty of motor to rip me out of the water and get me going as fast as I need. So we're really not thinking that we need to go too much bigger for the wakeboard application. How long is the pull? The pull's 1,000 feet at full on length. Yeah, I would suggest that if you guys do have any winching questions, I mean, a lot of local dealers are starting to stock the Urban Rider winch, and they're also starting to stock demo winches. So if you have a local pro shop and you don't see that they have a demo winch, or they might just have one on display, have them call us up, and we can definitely work with them on that. I do have pictures of the product. If you go to ridenowpro.com, that's our website. You're going to see some awesome pictures on there. You're going to see some cool video. So please check that out. Arizona area. I think the closest one to Arizona that we've worked with is Boulder Boats in Boulder City, Nevada. They're a Moomba Supra dealer just south of Vegas, right by the Hoover Dam. We do have a bunch of demo units all over the U.S. A lot of our reps do have demo winches, and like I said before, a lot of the shops are starting to stock demo winches. So it's more of a try before you buy it program. So if you have any, like somebody just put in there in Arizona, so if you please contact me directly, and I get you in touch with somebody locally who could do that. We're not associated with any boat company right now. What are the requirements for becoming a distributor? Well, I'm really the distributor. If you contact me directly on any distribution questions, I'd be more than happy to get into detail as to reseller. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely keeping our resellers, we're being kind of picky and choosy. We really want to get involved with some quality pro shops out there. There's a lot of price cutting, a lot of interesting things going on in all aspects of retail nowadays. So we are very fortunate to have gotten on board with some of the most quality pro shops I think you're going to see out there in the U.S. and they are now part of our distribution network. Oh, there goes my screensaver. Team film's coming out. Well, not yet. Love to. Maybe this winter we'll put one together. If you got any awesome ideas about films, send them my way. No, I've never seen a pure winching film yet. Well, as you guys know, if you watch films, I mean, you're going to see a lot of winching going on. I mean, a lot of the pictures in magazines, when you really sit down and look at that picture, you're like, oh, that's pretty badass. But when you really look at it, there's no way a boat pulled that picture. Stoner ideas in the film. Send it to our, if you go to ridenowpro.com, there's a way to contact us through our website. Please do it that way. We'd love to hear any comments anybody has on product or film. Ever winch ponds? Sure have. Shipping is capped at $60 anywhere in the continental United States. Much assembly involved? Not too much assembly at all, really. The winch comes pretty much ready to go. It needs some gas, it needs some oil, and because the motor's never had oil in it, there's no way to put the rope on it. So gas, oil, the rope is provided. You need to spool the rope on. You're ready to go. Tank of gas and oil lasts. Oil will last you probably, gosh, a long time. I change the oil on it maybe like once or twice a year. Gas will last you all weekend. Easily a full weekend of winching on, I think, maybe 2.5 gallons. Very fuel efficient. How do we get one for Stoke Meter? Mauricio, you're lucky enough to live right down the road. You could probably find your way up here to get yourself a winch. How long does it run? How long is it between runs time-wise? A lot of it depends on the setup of the winch, you know, and how you're getting the rope back to the next rider. If you're running along shore, it takes a little bit. We do have some guys who use jet skis to get it back. In some more permanent setup locations, we do have a rope return system. So, how many riders can it? I mean, it could. If you're asking, can it pull 2 riders at once? I don't think it. I've never tried it, to be honest with you. It only has 1 rope and 1 handle. Other modes of marketing. We just started marketing here in the U.S. You know, the Urban Rider winch has only been here probably since the end of April, beginning of May. We're really working hard with you know, getting our website up and going, getting some Facebook stuff going, Twitter. You know, we're really not where we need to be with our online presence yet, but we are actively working to get there. Dangers of winching? I think like anything else, you know, there's a danger of gosh, who knows? I'd say it's maybe a little safer than getting behind a boat. I don't know. We really, at Urban Rider, we've strived to make the winch as safe as possible. Really, with our pistol grip setup that we have on it, you can stand about 2 to 3 feet away from the winch, operate it. The only reason you need to touch the winch or the motor is to shut it on or off. How is it received in Australia? We've had a lot of success in Australia. Daniel's Watkins Pro Shop over there, Deja Vu, has had a lot of success with it. Craig himself, just being in Australia, has had a lot of success with Urban Rider winches over there. Website again, ridenow.pro.com. RIDEPRONOW.com. The CEO, I sure do have access to him. He's in Australia right now. I have no idea what time it is over there. Craig's a great guy. He really is. He is. Thanks, guys, for posting that Ride Now Pro on there. Craig is an awesome guy. He really is a down-to-earth guy, passionate about wakeboarding. If you get a chance, on our website, you can also link to his and his King of Winch tour. The King of Winch tour is awesome. He does an amazing job with his tour over in Australia. I definitely suggest you look it up, King of Winch tour. Demos, yeah, we certainly can do demos. Safety guy, like, if I'm not sure where you're located, but yeah, we definitely could. The CEO, Craig, yeah, we'll get Craig on. That's no problem. I could easily get Craig on Stoke TV. He'd love to do it. We're hoping, this is the first time that we've been on, and we appreciate all you guys getting on here. We've had a total of, just 19, 20 people on, and that's awesome, for our first time. Not really telling anybody we're going to be out here, but next week we have Daniel Watkins will be on, so definitely check him out as well. He's going to be promoting and talking about the winch a little bit. Our biggest competitors out there are definitely a lot of, not a lot, but there's a handful of guys out there making winch. The biggest one we've run into is the Grinch winch, and I've never ridden behind the Grinch winch. I have seen the spec sheet on it, and I have seen the Grinch winch, but I've never actually gotten a pull from it, so it's hard to tell, the differences. There's probably a lot of the pro athletes out there have given us a lot of feedback and told us, the strengths of the Urban Rider winch. Pretty cordial amongst competitors. Yeah, it has been. We've run into nobody bashing each other's product. Like I said, I've never ridden behind the Grinch winch, and that's our biggest competitor, I would say. I've seen it. I've seen the spec sheet on it. I know we have a few different things than they do, but I'm not going to sit here and bash them. That's for sure. Any other winch contests? Right now we're working with a lot of different people. I myself here in Utah, I work with Wake Utah. And then a lot of our reps across the country definitely do put on some very large winching competitions. So if you are in a specific area and you want to get in touch with that rep, or you have an idea, send me an email and I can definitely get out there and give them your contact info. What do you think says wakeboarding to the next level? Gosh, I don't know. I think winching will definitely help get a wider variety of people into wakeboarding. I think just the versatility of a winch, where you can use it, who you can use it, how much it costs to use, will really bring a lot of cool demographics into wakeboarding. Our goal for the next level? Gosh, our goal is to get things rolling this year. We do have some bigger picture thoughts for Urban Rider. Right now they're all just in the talking stages, but one thing we definitely know is that we've put a lot of concentration on the winch and the construction of the winch and the horsepower and everything that is involved with our winch, and that's something we're proud of. And and I can assure you that our number one goal is the quality of the only product in our product line right now, and that is our winch. Have you ever seen... no, I haven't. Not sure if you answered this question, but... Gosh, there's a lot of great riders out there. You know, we're excited to have Daniel on board. That really means a lot to Urban Rider, and you know, some of the other athletes that we've had in the past. You know, Amber Wing has been mentioned. She is an avid Urban rider. So we're definitely looking to go in different directions with our riders. But for now, I think you know, having Daniel on board is definitely where we like to be. Do I ever get to go to Australia? I was planning on it going this summer, but I think that as the summer flies by and it's almost August, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to go this year. But definitely in the next year or two, definitely getting over to Australia, spending time over there with Craig, because he was only here for about 8 weeks this summer. You know, spending time with Daniel, checking out the tour over there, and really getting more involved. Park City, Utah. Yes, we are heading to Surf Expo. We will be Urban Rider is the official winch of Step Up Productions, and we will be pulling all of the winch events at Surf Expo. So that's coming up in I think 3-4 weeks, August 22nd, 20th, that weekend. We're psyched to go down there. We have a huge booth, indoor pools, indoor riders, everything else. Race, of course you can kick it with us at Expo. We're staying at your place. We didn't tell you that? Yes, shops are going to be, and they are carrying our winches right now. Safety guy, where are you located? And I could tell you maybe the closest shop that will carry your winch. Lower Cal. Off the top of my head, it may actually be. I'm not sure. I'd have to get back to you on that. I know for a dropship dealer, Marine Products in Salt Lake City, they definitely could get you up on a winch. As far as a demo winch in that area, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. Yes, I will be back on the show. Next week's going to be Daniel. We might be doing some live stuff from Surf Expo with Maurice and ourselves. And then once I'm back from Surf Expo, I definitely plan to do a Stoke TV show with the winch, and I'm actually looking for some local riders. I know I got some Wake Utah guys. We got Dewey and Dewey's Rails. So we're going to set up a little rail event. Going to get some video feed going with that from Maurice. So if anybody has any ideas, or if you're in the area and you want to ride, please feel free to drop us a line. What do I think of the Stoke meter thing? What is it? I think the Stoke meter thing is awesome. I just met Maurice at Brostock, and we had a pretty good time at Brostock. That was my first Brostock, and so I really got turned on to a bunch of different aspects of the industry. And I think Stoke meter is awesome. Like I viewed a few of the shows. I haven't really chimed in too much, but just the whole attitude. There's some really great people. I mean, today I've had some awesome questions. I think, you know, just for Maurice putting us on maybe 24 hours ago, and we've had, let's see here, 24 people come on, ask questions, and I think this is awesome. Any other questions out there? Any of the local riders out there? Anybody from Utah? I know we had a Lower Cal guy. Yeah, Surf Expo is going to be awesome. We're really hoping that you know, things are going to go well at Surf Expo. I'm really psyched to be part of Step Up Productions. I think they're going to be running 2 winches in their pool. We're finalizing all that stuff over the next week or two, but I think it's going to be an awesome indoor winch event. Step Up Productions, they're a group of guys out of the Orlando, Florida, I think out of Orlando, Florida area. They have a rail jam that they take around the country. StepUpProductions.com. I think their site's under construction right now, but they put on a really kick-ass event. And what they do is basically go from pro shop to pro shop all over the U.S. With their pools, with their rails, with their hits, and they set up their whole little winch competition right there at a pro shop. Really top-notch guys, very professional organization, and we're very excited to be working with them. Yes, you can load this winch right into the tow hitch of a truck. Actually, for a lot of our events here, we use an ATV or a quad or one of those rhinos. Anything that has a square adapter on the back of it that you put a trail hitch into. You take the trail hitch out, you can slide the winch right into there. Quick pin goes in. If you go to ridenowpro.com and watch one of our videos, we'll show you exactly how it's done on there. It's a pretty easy, awesome setup. It definitely opens up a ton of avenues to ride. Like we just had a big event down here at one of our reservoirs here in town. Put the winch right in the back of an ATV, drove it right out on the beach, kind of set it up there, and we just winched right off the back of a quad. It was awesome. We had a couple thousand people watching it. Put a floater in we had a little fun box in there. It was probably 3 feet off the water, 40 feet long, 3 feet wide. We had some awesome riders from Wake, Utah, and the Marine Products guys out there. It was a great event. When you can't have it hooked to the vehicle, we do have some little mounting points on it, so you can stake it right to the ground. If you had some metal stakes or some rebar or something like that, you can just stake it right to the ground. Yeah, our event here at the Jordanelle Reservoir that was put on by Marine Products called Fire on the Water. It was a great event. We had some awesome weather, tons of people there. We had some awesome riding. It was really cool. Saltwater void the warranty. Not particularly. You definitely want to be careful in salt water, just like anything else using salt water. We definitely need you to be rinsing it off. More so than freshwater, but we do have guys that have used it to pull themselves into surf. There's some YouTube videos out there of that, so definitely use it. There are hundreds of applications for the winch. Best rider in Utah, gosh, I don't know. Not me, I can tell you that. Best trick I've seen on a winch. If you go to our King of Winch tour, I think that's some of the best riding I've ever seen on the winch. We have some really talented athletes out there. Daniel Watkins being one of them, Jeff Witherall being one, Scotty Bloom being the other. I mean, these guys are real professionals in what they do. And the King of Winch Tour, I think, which is always pulled by Urban Rider, I think you're definitely going to see some of the best riders out there. King of Winch is in Australia, put on and hosted by the founder of Urban Rider, Craig Mitchell. It is not in the U.S. as of now, no. Sorry. Any plans for a U.S. event? Yeah, we'd really like to see some big events going on here. With right now for the first little bit of time here, having Step Up Productions going around the country, putting on big events and using our winch. That definitely is a plus, and I think it's a good way for a lot of people to see the potential of the Urban Rider winch. Yeah, the event schedule around the U.S., I think it's just a tough time for the industry right now. To be putting on big events like this, and times are tough in a lot of different things. So I think, as the industry starts to really get more into winching, I think you're going to see winch events popping up in more metropolitan areas. Places you've scoped out. One of the best things to do for scoping out places is Google Earth. Love it. Google Earth anywhere around your house. You can zoom in on little ponds or anything like that. We've had some video footage sent. Some irrigation ditches in the Midwest and in Southern Cal. So there's some awesome places out there to winch. First Bro Stock, it was awesome. What an event that was. That was a good time. I mean, the people down there, awesome people. Partying was phenomenal. We had a really nice houseboat, which was a good presence for Urban Rider, and we had an awesome time. Cool. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. I was not arrested on the helicopter. I did have the opportunity to jump out of the helicopter. Hope that doesn't get me arrested by saying that. But yeah, Craig and I were one of the first guys to actually get a helicopter ride and jump out, which was pretty awesome. Winching at Brostock, no, we didn't do any winching there at the event. We did leave early on that last day, and we did go do a few photo shoots with the winch. Jumping out of the helicopter, I have no idea how high I was. It just what an awesome experience just to fly over Lake Powell and see that, and then all of a sudden have the guy who's flying the helicopter say, "All right," as he hovers over Brostock, just to tell me to jump out of his airplane. Out of his helicopter. That was just a crazy experience. I had no idea how high I was. Adrenaline was pumping so much. It felt like 200 feet, but I was probably only, 50 or 60 feet off the water. I did not see the Amber Wing video. We did not do any aerial filming while we were there, no. I will. I'll check it out. Yeah, that flying over Powell via helicopter was an awesome experience. Cool. Yeah. Does anybody else out there have any more questions or anything? I mean, this has been awesome talking to you guys, and no problem. If you guys have girls that ride for us, right now we don't have a specific girl that rides for us. We're definitely excited that Amber Wing knows Craig and Daniel very well and has been on the winch and has spoken highly of the winch. So we're really psyched about that. And she's a great athlete herself. So I think as we move forward, you're going to see a lot more of that. Yes, we are going to do another show. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. This is the first one. Like I said, Maurice and I just put this together kind of like at the end of last week. So I'm glad it worked out. And yeah, definitely look to see a lot more of Urban Rider and Stoke Meter and Stoke TV being put together. We got some cool things coming up. In fact, I talked to Maurice earlier today, and we got some great ideas. So I think you guys are going to be real excited over the next month or two as to what you see on Stoke TV, an aspect of Urban Rider. Cool. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free just to drop us an email. You can get stuff off of ridenowpro.com. That's our website. Check all the info on there, where to buy the winches, how to contact us with questions about the winch. video of some winching that we've had in the past, links to our King of Winch tour. There's a ton of great information, the history of the winches on there. And like I said, if you guys have any questions about the winch, please feel free to drop us a line. Thanks again, everybody, for your time, and look forward to more Stoke TV.